If you're not black, Hispanic, Native Indian, you can kick rocks, no shoes, no socks, because we don't give a damn about you. And it's rightfully so, because guess what? They did the same thing to us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. You understand? Why is it that we always want to invite somebody, a oppressor that can dance real well, to our cookout? All he gonna do is bring some goddamn potato salad with raisins on the bottom. You understand? They have no flavor, man. You understand? That's why Christ, that's why Paul had to go to the Gentiles and let them know something ain't right, man.
You mean everything to me because I know you mean everything to Christ. And Christ means everything to me.
I called on the Lord. I said, Father, this is real. Will you watch over it? Will you raise them up to be strong? I'm just a man with flesh. This is what you call for in your scriptures. You said they wore studs and fringes, they got it on. You said they don't follow the law, they doing it. You said under YAHANNA they ought to love one another, and they doing it.
You understand? Give me Gentiles out of this book, man. You understand? Because we're going to talk about something that the Christian church has been lied to us about. You understand? When it comes to the Gentiles that Paul went to, those Gentiles was Israelites, contextually. You understand? Because first off, Gentiles just means nation. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's a certain context. The reason why we was called Gentiles is because we was cut off from the commonwealth of Israelites. You understand? On the 8th day, if a son was not circumcised, he was cut off. You understand? The parents broke that law. So what we're going to show you according to the Bible is that Paul went to Gentiles that was Israelites, man. You got that? No sweat. You understand? We're going to get it out of the scriptures, man. Historically, when we read the scriptures, we read about, you understand, when it came to we read about when it came to Constantine during the time of 325 AD. You understand? Constantine, he hated Israelites. And he made a day to where it was to the point where we couldn't keep the Sabbath day. But it's scriptorial, man. We're not going to get it out of my words. We're going to get it out of the scriptures, man. You understand?
Gentiles, nation, people.
Hold on. The word Gentiles mean what?
Nation.
It means nation or people. Now we gotta first understand that, right? First off, I'm gonna ask the crowd this: who is the progenitor of the Gentiles? I'll wait while we get this out of there. Read on.
Usually, it means a non-Israelite.
Usually, not all the time. Usually, it means what?
Usually, it means a non-Israelite people under conditions of peace. Considerate treatment was accorded Gentiles by the Israelites under the Old Testament law.
So hold on, how can it say now that the Gentiles are not Israelites? But it says even when we wasn't keeping the laws, then we became Gentiles. You understand? Give me the book of 2 Maccabees chapter 6 verse 6. Let's see where it all started. You understand what I'm saying? The Most High gave us a decree through Moses and told us to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and we will be above all nations that are upon the face of the earth. But then he told us if we didn't keep the laws, if we was disobedient, then we will be what? We will be under these nations. The curses will take over us. And that's what you see today, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. You understand what I'm saying? If you look around, you can't tell me that we're not the greatest people on the face of the earth. As blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. You understand? Nobody can cook better than us. Nobody looks better than us. You understand? They damn sure don't smell better than us. You understand? When it comes to that music, we got it down pat. Everything on the face of the earth, we are the best in. You understand? And that's not by mistake. That's by design. Design of who? The Most High. Let's get it out of the scriptures, man. Read it.
It's the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, and verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep the Sabbath days or ancient feasts.
Neither was it lawful for a man to keep the Sabbath days or ancient feasts. This is talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. At one point in time, it was not lawful for us to keep these Sabbath days. It wasn't lawful for us to keep the feasts. Well, damn, don't that sound like during the time now? Deshaun Jackson, you understand, Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon said the Jews are black. And what? The Comic-Con, was it? Not Comic-Con, I forgot the people he was working for. But they told him that he couldn't even do it no more. You understand? What's my man named? Kyrie Irving shared a book that was from Hebrews to Negroes. And they said, nah, Negro, that ain't what we pay you for. You need to dribble that basketball. You understand what I'm saying? But they didn't say They didn't say nothing about, you understand, Jeff Bezos, the one that was allowing the book to be out on his platform, which is Amazon. Kanye West, the most hated black man on earth. You understand? He said the Jews are black, and look what happened. You understand? He went from a billionaire to a millionaire overnight. Good night. You know how difficult that is, man? Read that from the top.
Okay. It's the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts.
So when he talk about wasn't able to keep Sabbath days and ancient feasts, matter of fact, Sunday, tomorrow, we having a feast. You understand? We having what, the closing of the Feast of Tabernacles, right? You understand what I'm saying? And Salaki, if you black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you are invited. You understand? You are cordially invited by the peace and powers of the Lord of Salaki under Commander YAHANNA. What is it? 2534 South Roxbury Street. Well, goddamn, I got that right this time. Most High in Christ. Read that from the top. In Durham, North Carolina. Salaki is up. Oh, Salaki. At 7 o'clock. You understand? Bring yourself, man. There will be security at the door. So if you're not oppressed, if you're in the presser, you won't get in. We're gonna let you know that from fact. Read on.
Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
We couldn't even say that we were Jews, man. Again, during the time of Constantine, he hated the Israelites, man. That sound like your Christian pastor today. They try to silence us all the time. You understand what I'm saying? But we wanted to do what Christ told us to do, man. You understand? He said, greater love have no man than this. That what? That he put his life on the line for who? His friends, man. Y'all are our friends, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. If you're not black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you can kick rocks, no shoes, no socks, because we don't give a damn about you. And it's rightfully so. Because guess what? They did the same thing to us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. You understand? Why is it that we always want to invite somebody, a oppressor that can dance real well, to our cookout? All he gonna do is bring some goddamn potato salad with raisins on the bottom. You understand? They have no flavor, man. You understand? That's why that's why Paul had to go to the Gentiles and let them know something ain't right, man. You don't look like you're supposed to look right now, man. And we don't look like we're supposed to look as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. When we get washed clean, ooh wee. Imagine how the Lord gonna make us look, man. But let's read it out of the scriptures, man. Read.
Isaiah chapter 10, 11, verse 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for the sign of the people.
So we see the root of Jesse is Christ. You understand what I'm saying? It says there's going to be an ensign for the people. You're looking at a sign right now. You understand? This is a sign that the Lord Yahweh Mashiach is coming back for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Heed to the warning, man. You understand? Every time that the kingdom was getting ready to fall, the prince and prophets of the Lord prophesied that it was getting ready to fall. This is why we're telling these Gentiles who they truly are, whom are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Contextually, read on.
To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glory.
To it shall the Gentiles seek. We was those Gentiles at one point in time. You understand what I'm saying? We was eating shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster. You understand? Doing all manner of wickedness. We ain't gonna talk about our past life. You understand? But we put away the old man. And then we started following the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Read on.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand against the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
So it says shall come to pass, meaning it's going to happen. That the Lord is going to set his hand. He going to reach out to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Ain't that what that damn Christian song say? If you got to reach way down, he going to reach out. That's what the Lord doing right now. He reaching out to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. He is reaching out through what? The priests and prophets of the Lord, man, in the I.S.U.P.K. He's telling us that we are the greatest people on the face of the earth. But we don't know who we are. You understand? If I say Shema Yasha'Allah Yahweh Allahayanawa Yahweh Akkad, we won't understand that. But if I said in Deuteronomy 6 and 4, hear, O Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord, you'll understand that. You understand? But guess what? We've been destroyed, and we've went away from the Commonwealth of Israel, which is how we have become Gentiles. So this is why Isaiah had to prophesy this and tell the children of Israel that the Lord is going to reach out and grab the remnant of Israel, man. Read on.
And from Egypt, from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Parthos, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea.
Now we got to understand this. Israel was scattered across the four corners of the earth, man. You understand? Everybody hear about the diaspora. We ain't gonna call it the African diaspora because we are not no goddamn Africans. You understand what I'm saying? We are not putting our face in the wazoo of a cow just to get them to poop. We don't do that. We don't bathe and piss. You understand what I'm saying? Because we are a cleanly people, man. You understand what I'm saying? But as you're reading that, Isaiah saying is, he is going to gather all these people amongst the face of the earth, from Shinar, from Egypt, from Pathros, from Amath. You understand? These are where all the Gentiles, who my Israelites, are scattered abroad. Read on.
And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel.
He shall assemble the outcasts of Israel. We was cast out. Why? Because we wasn't following the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You understand? You got to think about it like this. If you got a father and your father say, hey, son, make sure you do what I tell you to do. You understand? And then he raise you up, and then you start going against what he say. What your father going to say when somebody tell you that his son doing right? Nah, that ain't my son. That ain't how I taught him. That's what the Lord is telling us. You understand what I'm saying? We are not his children because we are not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. But whenever we do keep the law, statutes, and commandments, he gonna fight for us, man. But it's time for us to start fighting back for the Most High, man. You understand what I'm saying? Read on.
And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Drop that. Give me the book of Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 10, man. You understand what I'm saying? We see that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians was called Gentiles even in the Old Testament. You understand what I'm saying? Now we're going to read it out of the scriptures, but Paul said, be ye followers of me as I am followers of Christ. Christ said, I've only been sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So anytime that anybody now says anything outside of that, you're a goddamn liar, man. You understand what I'm saying? The word goddamn just means that God damns you. You understand? Because we sick and tired of being lied to, man. You understand what you said? I'm saying that lying nigga in the pulpit. You understand? We sick of it, man. Read on.
Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 10. From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my suppliants, even the daughter of my dispersed.
Oh, wait, there it is. From the beyond the understand Ethiopia, my suppliants, right? You understand? Even the daughter of my dispersed. Who is that? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Y'all already know we were scattered all through Africa. You understand? That's why the blackity-black people today say that we Africans. You understand what I'm saying? But guess what? We don't look like Africans. We don't smell like Africans. We don't cook like Africans, man. You understand? You're not going to tell me that I'm an African. Because guess what? Africans don't even call themselves Africans, man. That's how you know that we are the chosen seed of the Most High. You understand what I'm saying? You know else you don't know? We don't put no bows on our lips. You understand? Good night. We don't stretch our lips to make them look with that plate. You understand? We don't have them rings around our neck, man. You understand? We know that we are not them people. Spiritually, we can tell. If you see an African beside a black man, good night. You know how well we gonna shine. You understand? Read on, man.
Shall bring mine offering. Verse 11. In that day shalt thou not be ashamed for all thy doings wherein thou hast transgressed against me, for then I will take away out of the midst of them them that rejoice in thy pride.
Good night. We rejoicing in the Most High pride right now. That's why we not ashamed to stand up here before you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, woman, and child, man. We know how disgusting and filthy we was, man. But we came to the Most High with what? A contrite and broken spirit, man. And we said, let me change my ways. Give me the book of Ezekiel chapter 36, man. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to start at verse 19, man. You understand? Because this is the thing what we've learned. You understand? Like, our people, we're saying the things that a lot of our people want to hear, or even that they thinking. So I can go to Matthew 1, man. You understand? We gonna go to what Christ was prophesied to be. He was for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand what I'm saying? Even Christ, before he was even born, there was a mission that it said that he was going to do, man. You understand? Let's get it out of what it say, the angel's mouth himself. You understand what was told to Mary? Read them.
Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus.
And she shall bring forth the son. Who is the she? The she is Mary. You understand what I'm saying? She shall bring forth the son. Who is what? Yahweh. You understand? His name means I am salvation. You understand what I'm saying? But don't get it out of my words. Get it out of scripture, man. Read on.
For he shall save his people from their sins.
Hold up. If God loved everybody, if Christ loved everybody, why is it now giving you a possessive pronoun that said that he shall save his people from their sins? Newsflash, you understand? The Israelites was the only ones that got the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You understand what I'm saying? According to Psalms 147 and 19, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his law, statutes, commandments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any other nation. You understand what I'm saying? So when we talk about the laws, when we saying he's going to save us from their sins, when it comes to the law, a transgression of the law is a sin. The law is only given to the children of Israel, man. You understand? Drop that. Give me the book of Matthew chapter 10, verse 5. You understand? We're going to give you some milk scriptures out of the Bible, man. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to show you something that your Christian pastor can't do, will never do. You understand what I'm saying? First off, he wouldn't be here on Saturday teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in the heat. You understand? He going to be in with them alligator shoes sitting here lying to you on Sunday in the pulpit, man. You understand? And then what he going to do? He going to tell you the laws are done away with. Then he's going to send a damn collection plate of tithes, man. Wanting all your money. You understand? Read on.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 5. These 12 Jesus sent forth.
These 12 Yahweh sent forth, man. You understand? These 12 are who? The 12 disciples. You understand? The ones that follow Christ. His students, man. You understand? Read on.
And commanded them, saying,
he did not ask them. He ordered them. This is an order that you have to do. So guess what? If your Christian pastor telling you that God is for everybody, he broke the order of Yahweh. He broke the order of Christ. Because let's see what the order was for Christ that he told his disciples, man. Read them.
Go not into the way of the Gentiles.
So don't be like these Gentiles, man. You understand? Meaning when it says not going to the way of the way of the Gentiles, what? Eating pork. Celebrating your birthday, celebrating Christmas, celebrating Thanksgiving. That's the way of the Gentiles, man. What the Gentiles mean here? Another nation. You understand what I'm saying? We was keeping the feast days at one point in time. Did you not know that the Most High has a feast day that we celebrate for 50 days? You can't tell me the Lord don't know how to party. And the only ones that know how to party is who? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Good night. Also, Lahab, if I could. I can't wait to go to a fiesta. You understand? They know how to get down. That shows you that they are the children of God. You understand what I'm saying? Read on, man.
And enter any city of the Samaritans, enter ye not.
So we're not even supposed to go to these other nations, man. You understand? But we are in the cities that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are scattered across. They was dispersed what? Across the four corners of the earth, man. You understand what I'm saying? So Christ is giving us a commandment telling us to enter in the cities of Samaria. Don't enter into them. You understand why though? Read on.
Verse 6. But rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
He said, hold up, this is where you're not supposed to go. But now he's going to give you something opposed to it. Go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. You understand? Read on.
Verse 7. And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
What you think we doing today? Drop that. Give me Matthew 15 and 22. We are teaching the people.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west. They're one